You replace energy drinks with streaming. God, I wish. I still need coffee. I still need coffee. Lonnie, have you seen the fucking comment section on my YouTube channel? I need coffee. I'm not surviving that on normal senses. Dude, I ignore YouTube comments everywhere. Most of them are schizo. That's true. But now that I've kind of started, like, getting into it, I just, like, enjoy talking to people in the comment section. Some of them are sensible, but I gotta dig through a lot of, like, very schizo shit. Like, very schizo. Maybe you should do a whole segment just reading ridiculous comments. I don't want to, like, specifically put people on blast, if that makes sense. There's a reason I don't upload every Cole video, because then he just starts talking about his, like, something, my ex-fiance started cheated on me, and then he starts self-reporting himself the way he started, cheating on him, and it's like, I react to those videos on the stream, I laughed a lot, it was funny, but I'm not gonna upload it, because that's not my content. It's just not my content. All of my content is literally just having a conversation with players, how to improve, anything that needs to be specified. My whole content is literally just some dude that's not gonna write or script anything out and just have a conversation with people, that's it. Especially people who want to enjoy the game better without having to go through, you know, the hopes of dealing with either elitist or people just, you know, not taking the time to explain shit. That's it, that's my content. Drama, I thought about it, but I decided I'm not gonna deal with fucking drama. Otherwise I would have been covering, you know, Wreck and Sleepy Raijin and all that fucking wacky nonsense. Someone's been very fucking clever in the comment section. In other news, water is wet. I did respond to this guy just now, like, hey, bullies having to face consequences for their own actions isn't toxic. No, that's not toxic. And for all I care, the bullies can have fucking rocks thrown at them, because their, you know, behavior is kind of shit. But filling up limbs with like 100 naked rows, that makes everyone's problem. Like, it becomes a public menace. Right? Because, like, little Timmy's just crafting at the market board, you know, chilling. Why does he have to fucking deal with this? Why does his day have to be worse? Because of the actions of the bullies to begin with? And then by proxy, because the toxic... Well, okay, let's just for sake of argument, say it's not a toxic, but, like, these people looking out to punish these people by bullying them in return. Why should, like, this fucking conflict make little Timmy's fucking experience playing the game worse because of this? Little Timmy probably doesn't even care about the rating or the, you know, the idol or anything. He's just there crafting his shit. Because crafting was a lot more annoying in Realm Reborn. He's probably busy. And then you have a bunch of naked rows, like, filling up the screen. He's just... It might be happy for a bit. It might, you know, bring a bit of humor. But, like, what the fuck after is gonna happen? It's not showing my comment, whatever. Toxic side of... Okay. I play both World of Warcraft and 14, and I generally find 14 players to be way more polite, but also way more toxic. I guess. It might be the way you look at it, yeah. WoW players will just kick you and forget about you if you're fucking up too much. You just take the L and find another group. No big deal. But in 14, the social pressure to be nice and polite to other players often gets super toxic. I agree. Where people are ostracized and chased out if they don't adopt to the non-confrontational overpolite culture enforced by the community. It's not the community, by the way. It's not the community that's enforcing this. It's specifically the moderation of the game. Like, someone is spamming holy and they get suspended because someone reported them. People are being constantly, like, monitored and punished for, like, very obnoxious behavior, let's say. Like, obnoxious by perspective would be the correct way to say this, actually. Because, like, if Final Fantasy XIV didn't have this constant, like, no, you don't use ACT, you're gonna bully others, like, who's gonna fucking use that as an excuse? No one, like, nobody uses that as an excuse in World of Warcraft. Yeah, you do low damage. Fuck, okay, I need to get more gear and learn to play. Fuck, that's it. No more drama. Nobody's, you know, complaining about fucking parses. Parses are always gonna be a meme, but, like, no one's, like, that volatile about it in World of Warcraft for a reason, because no one's being chastised specifically for using a damage meter. I feel like in FF, this stuff always seems to blow up into this giant drama circle jerk with people blaming add-ons or toxic rate. Yep. Yeah. and inevitably some streamer or YouTuber picks up on it and makes a react to it, just pouring fuel on the fire, and turns into this whole war. That's me. A whole war between players about what the correct mentality and culture should be in the game. Meanwhile, I've already found another group in WoW, and I'm just happy clearing content. He does have a point that most of our content is specific to drama or some, vile shit. I do agree with this person. But at the end of the day, I don't believe this is specifically a World of Warcraft versus 14 thing, right? So, a good example would be, let's say you have some Lala hater, right? Because we know there are. We've seen Reddit posts, we've seen these people who aren't, Lalas are evil, it's a constant meme, right? But there are some people who are legit haters of certain races. They will legit, they will have racism syndrome just boiling up inside of them, just like at the sight of anyone playing with a Lala. People have RP clubs no Lalas allowed, and it's not just because it's NSFW. It's people are against for example Hrothgars as well. It's no furries or whatever the fuck. At the end of the day, this issue isn't coming because there are Lalas and Hrothgars in the game. This problem stems from people themselves. If someone, if I'm gonna throw a rock at someone, it's whatever my reasoning is, I would be chastised for being I should be chastised and condemned for being a shit person to begin with, for even making the decision of throwing a rock at someone. Same here. The whole toxicity and pressure and etc. A, we wouldn't have so much moderation and rules to begin with if people fucking behaved. B, if we weren't constantly pressured to be nicer, a lot of these people wouldn't be just, constantly just attacking each other. You must be nicer. No ACT, you should be shit. People fucking are much more vile because of it behind closed doors. The locker room conversations are much more vile because on the outside we're being moderated. There are GMs watching your every move. But it's again, it's World of Warcraft players have a bit more, what was the word I'm looking for? Output for their emotions. They're a bit more, there's no locker room where there are, but it's for more vile shit. But it's World of Warcraft players are less pressured to do this. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's pressured more or less. If the person is a piece of shit, the person is a piece of shit. It doesn't matter what games he plays. He could be we can have a whole Dota 2 against League players argument. We can have the whole, 14 players versus, Harvest Moon players, whatever, games you're going to compare. At the end of the day, it's not the game's fault, how it's moderated, how it's managed or made. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. On one side, people forget that they're playing a video game and take it more seriously. They should be playing. On the other side, you got the you don't pay my sub people, and neither group can come to a middle ground. They're never gonna come to a middle ground. There's weird fucking gatekeeping fetishes everywhere. Fetishes, yeah, because some people will literally just start boiling up, just start stomping their feet. Fucking I will report this motherfucker. Remember the fucking Lala chair? It's a fucking chair. I get it. Some people but people might not like it because it's a whole Lalafell meme. But at the end of the day, it's just a fucking chair. Who gives a shit? But some people are just immediately, dude, Square Enix is racist. They hate the Lalafells. How fucking dare you? Then there's another side that's just looking to have a fight with someone motherfucker, you should be placed Lalafells. This is for you Lalafells. You should be thankful. There's a whole fucking back and forth. But at the end of the day, it's just a fucking chair. Who gives a shit? We've seen Lalafells use fucking stepping stools to get to a higher shelf in cutscenes and just NPCs and everything. It's who gives a fuck? So they're a bit shorter and just need a taller chair to get, reach the table. Who gives a fuck? No one's being racist over a fucking chair. Don't tell Pyro she's gonna have a fucking meltdown again. Not me sweating buckets when I see my own face in the comment section of a video about toxicity. Teehee. That's odd. I haven't rated for years on FFXIV, yet I still get a lot of requests from chill groups. I don't even have to try. I don't even want to raid, and I'm certainly not looking for this. Oh my god. I did a thing we call making friends and networking, and this happens on its own. Maybe that attitude has something to do with the fact that he's so bitter about the raiding community? Maybe. I assume he's talking about the schizo. No one cares about my logs when they ask. They know I am decent because they know me. They like me, they know I care, and they've played with me. Also, it's not anyone's responsibility to make it easy for anyone else to get into raiding. That is also true, I agree. If they don't want you in their party, no matter the reason, except immutable factors, identity, people can associate with whoever they want. Also true. Concerning toxicity, I've been around on 14 since AR, and 14 has this special brand of relational toxicity, where people feel you owe them inclusion and participation without doing anything to deserve it. That is true. People get way too personal, way too quick with you, and when you put on the brakes, they melt down on you. They go and tell everyone in Limbs how much of a bad person you are with a twisted story about what happened that paints you in a negative light when you've all done is exercise your right of association. This is not exactly true, because there's always like a need for a lot of context for a lot of these situations. You always need a lot of like context, because you never know. Chances are they might actually be right. They're just very loud. Or they're just missing context, and their chances are that person is innocent and this person is a piece of shit, or they're both pieces of shit. And the other person is simply not yelling about this person in Libza. He's doing it in Gridani instead. I've had someone like this commenter do this to me in-game for like 2 months before she eventually ruined all of her relationships, insisting to push that narrative about me, and had to move servers. And it's not the only instance of something like this happening to me on XIV. At least toxicity on WoW is upfront and direct. You can then block the person and move on. I kind of agree with this, except the only problem is like if you block them, but if they had you in their friends list, you're not gonna be removed from their friends list, because this game's friends list is fucking like it's made on spaghetti code. It's like the spaghetti is woven with other different types of spaghetti. Different pasta, you know, the little butterfly ones, the little tube ones, everything's just mixed in one fucking big overcooked bowl. I can kind of see the point of this person. I don't completely agree, but I see the point, and let's say I respect it. I had this situation actually happen to me like about half a year ago. So I had people who I consider like friends. I genuinely loved the fuck out of them. I was ready to just like crawl naked over broken glass for these people. I would just always go out of my way to make sure. But obviously, like, you can tell that I curse like a sailor. I'm not always the nicest person. I'm very direct on my thoughts. I don't script a lot of things out, because I want to feel my conversations to be as natural as possible. But I always do the extra work to kind of make sure at least try to know what I'm talking about. And if I don't know, you guys usually see me Googling and looking things up if I don't remember or am not completely sure on those things, right? So this happened, like, for a while we took a break from raiding with some of those people. And it's like, this person then wrote in one of the Discords, like, hey, I'm leaving because I feel so bad. I feel bullied. I feel bad. It honestly, the way she phrased that message, it got me very fucking frustrated and scared. I thought, like, she's being bullied. Someone's actually being an asshole in this specific Discord that we have, right? And when I actually went out to talk to this person, it just turns out you said this one thing that upset me months ago, and you said it on stream. Months ago! I reread the message she posted in the Discord multiple times. It felt like she was violated. It felt like she was bullied. Someone was threatening her. She felt like she was like feeling like an absolute piece of shit. Because I said a thing 3 months ago, no one wanted to approach and talk to me about what like, after... It feels like so shit. It feels like so shit when you go out of your way for so long. You always care for these people and you always think of them, even if it's in your own way. Let's say I'm not the nicest people, and sometimes I show my love in very volatile and toxic ways. Understandable. I'm not always the easiest person to work with. But when you're being used as a scapegoat, and this has happened before, my personality is going to be used as a reason to use me as a scapegoat. Whatever the fuck I did for people, like, it's always going to come down to fucking nothing. Whatever kindness, whatever work I put in, it's going to amount to nothing. It's going to amount to nothing because somehow my personality is going to come forth. This happened even on some of the videos previously as well. Like, there were, I think it was like the Lynx's or Desperius's video, it doesn't matter which video. I made some points, some people agree, some people disagree, and some people like, you're wrong because you're an asshole. But am I actually wrong, though? Can you explain? Like, I've been called an asshole multiple times, but can you, like, we're trying to contribute to the topic and the argument here. Tell me why you think I'm wrong, other than, I think you're an asshole because you're so rude. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Either contribute to the conversation. And it's like, if I've been wrong, I have admitted previously that I've been wrong on some conversation, or that some conversation didn't even need my fucking input. We've been through this. We've been through this. But if people are gonna start using your personality as means to disconnect from you or get away or just like whatever the fuck their excuse is just to feel justified, like if this person would have just said, I want to disconnect, I want to try to do my thing, I just want to do, you know, I want to hang out with other friends, you know, I want to do this thing, I need a break from this group, anything, any reasoning. But if the reasoning is you said a thing months ago, at first, I also felt bad. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Oh good. Because still, my first instinct wasn't like, you actual bitch. What does that mean? What the fuck did I say? They didn't say what I even... They didn't even clarify what specifically I said that upset them. I was just apologizing for something I didn't know. But the moment I calmed down and let it stew in my head for a bit, I realized these people are taking me for a fucking joke. My friendship is a joke to these people. The efforts, the number, like the amount of time I spent thinking of these people and how to contribute to our friendship was wasted. Because at the end of the day, people drop me due to personality. It's never because I'm wrong or right. Most of the time I'm right, and people don't like me being right because I'm also an asshole. And it's gonna be a vicious cycle. You don't want the asshole to be right. You gotta argue with him. I'm right because I was wrong before, and I looked up the right answer, and then I admitted that I was wrong, and then I became right. Sometimes I can be wrong. If I am, I'm gonna look into it. Even a lot of these comments, before I read them, if they specify something, I will. Sometimes I'll rewatch my own video. I will rewatch my own video just to make sure if I'm being like gaslit or one-guyed, or this person is just out of their fucking mind. Like a lot of the people on the normalized kicking video, for example, they're talking about logs. Nobody was talking about logs. We're talking about normalizing kicking people for atrocious contribution to prog. No one's talking about parses. And schizos just keep fucking typing parses. You fucking want uptime and good No, nobody's talking about parses. Shut the fuck up. Watch some of my other videos where I pull up people's logs. Look up any of the videos. I will literally not talk about logs. Sorry, I will talk about logs, but I will never talk about parses themselves. Your parses number mean fucking nothing to me. I will check your skill usage. I will check, like, when you progged, how you progged, what you cleared, if you cleared. That's it. Never have I mentioned people's numbers. Fuck your parse numbers. I keep defending people, like, don't let the parse numbers fucking define your performance or how you play the game. But if people are still gonna throw in, like, parses are bad, Yoshipi, shut the fuck, I'm done. Like, at this point, anytime I'm gonna go back into a comment section just to have this conversation with people, anyone who, like, I'm gonna rewatch the video in advance this time, just to make sure I'm aware of what I said, and I didn't say anything out of line or specifically wrong. I will double check what I said. And if people are immediately gonna stray off the conversation, I'm not responding to you anymore. I'm just gonna ignore your comment. Your comment is gonna stay up because I let people voice their opinions. But if you're gonna go off topic for no fucking reason, I'm not responding to you. I'm not gonna have a conversation with you. Anyways, that was a fucking stim and tangent. Like, I don't want to deal with people's incapacity to handle rejection. It's not my responsibility, lol. No one is entitled to attention, inclusion from anyone. As long as want to, especially on platform you log on to have fun, that is true. This is still a video game. You gotta work for that. Starting by being nice to people, understanding they don't have to accommodate you goes a long way. Yes. People will accommodate you generally if you don't pressure them to do so and you bring value into their existence. Of course, that's only my experience and opinion. And I respect that. I appreciate that. I don't necessarily agree with some of the things he said, but honestly, I'm not gonna argue with those points because this is just a very perspective and point of view opinion. And I respect it, honestly. I respect it. You're calling naked rogue weddings toxic. If anything, it's wholesome. Okay? Because the community stood up for the bullied girl. And no, strongly disagree with your statements. I have over 10k hours in FFXIV. I encounter toxicity less frequently than I do in WoW. In WoW, I literally got told to unalive myself 3 times in a day during Mythic Keys. I have like 300 hours in WoW. No, there's toxicity in both games. What are you talking about? How do you check playtime? Playtime. 509 days, 6 hours. What's that in 509 multiplied by 24 hours. So I've played roughly 12,000 hours. Well, 12,000 something hours. Okay, yeah. So I feel like I've played this game long enough to have an opinion. Is that WoW player will not beat around the bush whenever they want you to off yourself. I've seen comparisons, a cesspool of fake positivity with... Yeah, like, again, I feel like it just comes down to how people are moderated, and it just comes down to people just being pieces of shit themselves. Because let's be honest, in locker rooms, we've seen vile fucking behavior. Remember the drama with, like, the girls only Discord for FFXIV? The drama that was happening there? There's plenty of fucking drama, like, behind closed door. Let's see. So, against it? Nah. They'll outright ban you if they find out you've used DPS meters or any add-ons. They won't outright ban you, because we see that shit on stream. But also, it's like, people weren't banned for using DPS meters previously. They were banned because people reported them. They mass reported them. They see ACT, they point fingers, they say, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I heard a sound. I think that was an ACT. That was something. That was a sound signal for some mechanic. Ban them. Before they just slap you on the wrists or temp ban you for harassment, but now they're actually punishing you if they find out. I mean, they punish you for spamming holy in Limsa. Again, Google is... I'm not making events up. These all happened in 14 in whatever years that I've played this game. Someone was just casting holy in Limsa, and they got suspended because they got mass reported. There's a lot of people getting mass reported for various fucking reasons. They even dip their toes outside of the game client and will use Twitch streams, etc. for the evidence when before they kept evidence exclusive to only on the game client. Again, all of this comes from reporting. Like, they don't have secret agents coming into every person's stream and trying to, find people. They wouldn't, like, the CEO of Square Enix wouldn't be dabbling in fucking NFTs if they had the money to hire people to just go into people's streams. It stems from community specifically. Albi screams because they noticed Loki watching, probably. Nowadays, if you use add-ons, you keep it on the down low, not a peep. You are a radical among the players. Show yourself as one and prepare to be banned. Anywho, the game has been stricter since 2.0 or whatever. I don't interact with players all too much anymore because I feel like everyone around me are ticking time bombs with super thin skins. Just say hello and GG in my roulettes in games. I don't mean this in a bad way, but this is a very sad way to live in a specifically MMO. Again, I did tell the story where I was fucking frustrated with some of my friends in game, but at the end of the day, my friends is what made this game way better. Way better. Some of the people who even I have Sankri in chat. He practically quit the game. We still hang out. Like still one of the coolest dudes to hang out. Yeah, I'm friend. Exactly. You're a friend. Some people, like Light, for example, I met him in World of Warcraft. He's not toxic. He's not, telling me, Zug, unalive yourself, whatever. No.
Noob.
Get good. But it just comes down to people. Again, it's just like, meet friends. Value those that value your time. Or just value your honesty. Again, people who are just not... who appreciate your energy. People who are not using you as a scapegoat or reason to find any case against you. You can find amazing friends. I have. I'm like the most tedious fucking person to talk to, especially as a first interaction. I literally, like, I used to make some like FC videos almost daily where I would just post like what me and my FC did, because we would just hang out every day. And I literally had a video where we had a girl that literally just like I literally told me like she literally hated me for the way I talked, but then found out that I'm not that bad as soon as I started teaching people raids.
You were a very good leader.
I know.
That's why he's
I was pleasantly surprised.
I was pleasantly surprised. Jesus Christ.
I mean, I was kind of expecting this to be a disaster, and there you go, making it good.
To be fair, I'm not surprised, because generally I am known as the cockhead of our FC. I appear.
Yeah, I was expecting like yelling and like, you know.
I appear once a week. I yell at people, call them and their boyfriends dickheads, and I leave.
Yeah, that is my experience with him.
And come bully me like whenever you can.
Yeah, but Pa, you deserve it. Everyone else, like everyone else, obviously, if I'm mean to you, just don't take me seriously. I'm just a very profane sort of person. But... it's just the way I talk. I am an asshole, but I also strive on nepotism, to be fair. It's like, if you're my friend, I got your back. You don't appreciate my energy? Fuck. I will probably still try, but if with age, with years at this point, I've learned that if someone is just not appreciating you or doesn't put value in your energy, it doesn't matter if you're AFK and you don't talk. If you just don't even check up on each other anymore, it's done. You're not friends. Let it be. You don't need to drag out a dead horse. The man wrote a fanfiction. Jesus Christ. I remember before World PF, there was a no party list on the server I was on. What does that mean? All the raiders and good players knew each other and often helped those who wanted to try harder. Then you had the do not help, no party list, and the people were ones that you knew for first 30 seconds of the fight, they were going to be on the floor. I think at the time, half of my block list were just those who were massively incompetent at their jobs. They just couldn't be bothered to not even step in the bad. I think either I'm stupid or like the writing is very confusing. You know what? I'll just give you like a like. Because I think he had a point. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I'll put a like because you seem cool. Replacing people when things aren't working, if fine, it should be expected in party finder groups. Yeah, why have a function to kick people out if it's going to be frowned upon? What reason do I need to actually have to be able to use that function? Is this going to be a YouTube video? I don't know. Maybe. I might. Probably not. I don't want to. I might. We have made a lot of good points and conversations here, but like I need people to kind of also understand, like sometimes you either need to stay on topic or understand that things exist in the game or some certain behavior needs to be either justified or condemned. People want to clear content, and party finder groups are expected to be more hardcore than a random group via queue. Most of them, yes, I do agree. But there's a reason we have specifically practice groups in party finder. Sometimes people just want to practice groups so everyone can just kind of get some practice into the fight. I get that further into the fight, it might be more frustrating to wipe early on because everyone wants some prog, everyone wants some practice. But practice groups are, in my experience at least, more friendly. I know this because I join practice groups to help some groups get clears. Sometimes I just join a random practice group, or like me and my raid group, sometimes we'll just see a random dude alone, just saying like, hey, I'm trying to clear this fight, please, helpers welcome, and we'll just invade their fucking party finder group and just help them. Practice groups are fine, they're good. As for add-ons, I haven't had no idea people had done that in trolling someone streaming. They weren't specifically trolling, they were essentially commenting on the damage that girl did. because of add-ons, because add-ons told them how much damage she did. I thought it was to avoid the fate where raids get built with add-ons in mind. That is also a very good point. We don't want to go the World of Warcraft route. We have, because like imagine like compared to World of Warcraft, we have massively different raids. Massively different raids. God forbid those raids, our style of raiding, which is like more focused on, you know, cooperating as a team and dancing rather than personal responsibility and healing and more and doing more damage and doing lots of random shit on personal responsibility. Like there's a lot more teamwork that comes specifically into Final Fantasy XIV raids. Because everything is like very strict on certain rules. 2 tanks, 2 healers, 4 DPS, 5%, it's different roles, etc, etc, etc. Right? On some mechanics, if you don't have a shield healer, a group gets knocked into the wall. Ifrit, for example. Sometimes we need specific comp and we need specific dances to solve. If our raids were designed around add-ons, holy, this would be the most boring ass game ever. Everyone would literally, like, the majority of people would literally prefer playing fucking League over this. Elemental player here. You're referring to the Boldness Festival. Generally, it's used to shame players who publicly break code of conduct, like what happened to Mio. Wait, hold on, let me just like this person. Mio, Koike, and when unnamed, got confirmed as cheating for their top world speed race. Yes, those are the events we talked about. The difference is that it's a form of silent protest. I've only ever seen it happen twice. Also, that group that went with Mio is still on thin ice even to this day, FAG. This is also, I'm guessing, why Cross DC ain't happening anytime soon between US and JP DCs anytime soon. Didn't cross server... I genuinely hope that we get cross DC travel between NA and U, but not JP. Let me explain. JP is a much different area to raid in. People queue up for savage fights. They raid. If there's gonna be like 5 very unprogressive wipes happening, everyone politely thank you for the raid, goodbye, and then they re-queue again. They have a much different culture of raiding over there. You can see it but through like Arthur's streams, for example, the way he streams there, or how he plays on U or NA, for example. Like there's a different culture, and the cultural boom and the difference in culture is going to be volatile. It's going to be volatile if like us Westerners are allowed to just teleport there and do whatever the fuck we want. Like I get this, like the quiet protest. I get it. I get it. You need to do something about the bullies. There needs to be something happening. But again, I'm going to bring up the same example because that is my one point that I'm not happy about it. If someone bullies someone breaks code of conduct, throw bricks at them. Don't care. Spit on them. Call them shit online. Call them lame on Twitter. I don't care. Obviously, don't take it too far. I say throw rocks at them, but don't take it too far. What the fuck am I talking about? But if there's hundreds of naked Rogadins in Limsa, we already have a limit how many people we can render. And little Timmy is just like, you know, making himself some pretty glamour. Ooh, I want to make some rebel boots. I want to look cool. And suddenly he's surrounded by like 30 fucking naked Rogadins. Why does he have to deal with this? He just wants to hang out and talk to his friends. Why is he dealing with this? This is like a very poor protest. Like, there's better ways to do this. Do this on the forums. Do this on Twitter. We know they read Twitter. There's, like, make a sticker that every streamer puts on their stream. Like, this team needs to be punished. And then ask the streamers to put it on their stream. So everyone can kind of spread the message. There's plenty of ways to do this. Why this? Why fucking hundreds of naked Rogadins walking through every capital? Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna make that into a video. I feel like it's very volatile, like just the conversation with comment section, and it's basically just me ranting at them. I didn't read most of this. I just read like that there's a lot of like conversation about logs, and a lot of blaming on me for some reason. There's a lot of raiders like this fucking VTuber who actively make it hard for new raiders and experienced raiders. If he watched any of my fucking videos, I literally defend people having a more comfortable time and casuals to embrace and try rating more. I'm literally advocating for people to have a better rating experience. Motherfuckers blaming me. This Toxicity. This is the guy. Dude. I mean, when you rate for so long, the game is rigged against these new raiders. Rigged, I tell you, rigged. The game is playing against them. They can't rate. The game has been rigged the whole time. This is the guy right now. By the way, while on topic, the behavior of these kind of raiders makes it harder for new raiders to want to try new. What the fuck did I do? What did I do? Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm just vibing. I'm just talking to people who want to try and like embrace raiding a bit more. The fuck did I do? Leave me alone. I'm just a funny little VTuber guy playing the game. I'm doing fates for yokai weapons because I want a cool mount. What kind of fucking volatile raider do you think I am? I want a cool fucking cat couch mount. What do you think I'm doing right now? In Party Finder being toxic and kicking out people like you? Shut the fuck up. Let me be cute for a bit. God, I'm gonna add this part to the video. I know I'm gonna get fucking comments. Of course he's a fucking Lalafell. Fucking Nazi! Motherfucker! Oh, holy shit. FFXIV are super volatile, yeah. It's like, I feel like a lot of these like people feel like if they're gonna defend point in the name of some fucking weird justice cock-tickling, Square Enix is gonna pat them on the back and said, "You did good, my little warrior. You defended what I want to defend. Thank you so much for defending my game and making it I don't fucking know what the fuck their plan is. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Yoshi P is looking at this as like, oh, fuck's sake, not again. Yoshi P is currently like crafting. Yoshi P is actually little Timmy. He's currently crafting and now the fucking city's filled up with naked Rogodins and he's just like, what the fuck? I worked for over 10 years on this game for this shit? I didn't sleep for the first 3 years of developing Realm Reborn. This is the shit I deal with now? What the fuck? I made the CEO apologize publicly for this? I can hear him sigh right now. Yes. It would be the same if Jesus ever came back. I died for your sins for this shit? The fuck is a vape? The fuck are VTubers? What did I die for? But yeah, that's my current like content creation fucking status. Some people have a normal fucking conversation and some people are blaming me for I don't know what the fuck anymore. VTubers can't play this game. Get a camera, loser. What the fuck? Motherfucker has an anime profile picture and goes with this shit for me. What the fuck did I do being a VTuber? It's summer now, man. I'm streaming naked. Get off my dick. What the fuck, dude?